Hey everybody, it's Zach again at Torah.com, coming in making a video for you today. Big news this week was the Pope. The Pope came out, I guess was at the Vatican, and people came to him and had the new Torah that they wanted to present to the Pope. And I guess the new Torah is going to go on tour. And it's complete with pictures and annotations and commentary. And this is big news around the world lately. And so everyone was talking about it this week. And so really interesting. Hold on, I think my gain is set up too high there on that microphone. Okay. Anyway, they presented this new Torah to the Pope, and I found it really interesting reading the article about it, and I'll link to the article in the description below. But they're basically talking about love, love, love. The Torah is love, and the Pope over and over kept talking about how the love of the Torah is love, the love of God. And there's a couple things that come to mind. I think the word love was used 6 times in the article to describe the Torah, including the title. And it's just the descriptions of this thing was just funny. What I really found interesting was the lack of the wrath the Torah brings on disobedience. Because if you know anything about the Old Testament, the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, it's very clear that the keeping of the Torah is all about obedience to the Father's instructions. That's what the word Torah means, instructions, usually translated as the word law in your Bible. But what's interesting is that it's all about love, but no text on the curses that come with it. See, it's blessings and curses. Blessings if you keep these commandments, and curses if you do not. No mention of curses in this article at all. But we have a new Torah now, and everyone's excited. It's got pictures with it and commentary, and it's all about love, 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 love. What was brought to mind when I was reading this article was Psalms 103, and I did a video on this way back. Go check it out if you can. I think it's in my top YouTube videos on the YouTube channel for New to Torah, and it was about Psalms 103. I had gone to a church by myself after we had discovered the truth of Torah and how it related to our Messiah, and I went into this church, and the pastor basically spent the entire sermon talking about Psalms 103. It starts off like this. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. And the pastor spends, all kinds of time talking about the benefits of the Lord. And, it keeps going on, who forgives all thine iniquities and who heals all thy diseases and all this stuff. The whole chapter is about mercy. It's known as the mercy chapter throughout the Bible because it mentions mercy over and over and over again. And you keep going down. It's full with all of this stuff, mercy and grace and mercy and love and benefits and rewards. And so you get down to about verse 17, but the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting. And right there, that's a huge thing. The mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children. And that's where he stopped. He went no further in the entire sermon, and he didn't go on to read the very next verse. The very next verse describes, my friends, who all of the benefits and mercy and forgiveness and healings and all of that is for. Who that is for. Verse 18, to such as keep his covenant and to those that remember his commandments to do them. See, the grace, the mercies, the blessings, the benefits, the healings, the provisions, all of these things are for those who keep his covenant, remember his commandments to do them. Because you can't, eat, a whole lifetime worth of pork sandwiches and lobster tails and expect to have good health, because your body's eating things that was never meant to be food. Okay. If you take, I've talked about this on my video, on my channel before. If you take a bucket and you put cholera bacteria inside that bucket of water that you're holding, and it's full of cholera bacteria inside that bucket of water, cholera kills lots of people. Okay. If you take that cholera bacteria, put it in that bucket of water, and you drop shrimp into that water, they will filter it. If you drop clams or mussels or oysters in that water, they will filter it, and within just a few days, that water will be safe to drink. You see, where's the cholera? It didn't just disappear. It's now in the shrimp, and it's in the clams, and it's in the oysters that you put into that bucket of water. They now hold that bacteria, and what are you doing? You're eating the filters that made that water clean. So, I'm thinking about all this as I'm watching this, and then, a couple days later, you go over to the next article at christiannews.net, and it's Lou Engle, Protestant leader, who kneels and kisses the feet of a Catholic leader sent by Rome. So in Los Angeles, a bunch of Protestants are getting together and they're having a giant unity conference. Again, I've said many times on my channel before, when people start talking about unity, beware, and red flags should go up. And so, because listen, here's the deal. The bottom line is this. If it's not Yeshua coming back to do the unity, man's version of unity is not going to work out. In fact, it's going to cause all kinds of problems, drama, and unwanted issues that you don't need to have any part of. So, because there's only going to be one person who gets the glory for the unity that's coming one day. Okay, he's not going to share it with any of us. So stop buying into all these unity things. It's good to get along with your neighbor and to have unity when we talk to each other and just understand that we're going to have differences. But to force everyone coming together and trying to get everyone to gather in one spot is not going to happen until he does it, because he's going to get the glory for it, not us. Anyway, a unity conference going on in LA. So this is going to be good. They invite the Vatican to send over an emissary to these Protestants who desperately want to make up with Rome and be in unity again with the Roman Catholic Church. And so a Catholic leader, his name's Calisi, I think is how you pronounce it, shows up, and he bows down and kisses Engle's feet, the leader there of the Protestants, and then Engle bows down and kisses the Calisi's feet, the Roman Catholic leader who'd been appointed by Pope Benedict to serve on the Pontifical Council for the Laity, it says. And so they kiss each other's feet, and they're proclaiming unity between the Roman Catholic Church and a lot of these 100,000 people who came to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. So this is what's going on in the world today. And guys, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, I am adamant in my belief, and I could be wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion. Okay, I'm not saying thus saith the Lord in any of this. I'm just saying it's my opinion that the Catholic Church is the dragon in the last days, as spoken of in the book of Revelation. Now, you go to Google and you type in Vatican dragon, and this is what you see. You see tons of imagery of dragons all over Vatican City. Tons of them. Tons of imagery of, creatures and dragon-like creatures and, pan creatures, just all this stuff. This is the dragon. The Vatican, Rome is the beast in the last days, and it'll be what comes against the majority of true believers in the last days. Those who I believe are the ones now who are finding Torah by, the hundreds of thousands. People are coming out of the church. There's an awakening. I receive letters now from all over the world, South Africa, the Philippines, Asia, Europe, Russia. I'm getting emails from all four corners of the earth from people who are seeing my channel and lots of other channels out there that are helping them discern what is true, what is a true biblical believer. So that's the world we live in today. And so when something happens at the Catholic Church, when something happens in the Vatican, I pay attention and I see what's going on. And I kind of, weigh it out, gauge it. Is it important to me? I believe that these things that are happening are important to us, and we need to pay attention. So what does it all mean for the last days? I believe we're in the last days. I've came out with a video. You can check it out. I'll link it in the description below and up above. We are in the last days. There are 7 proofs that I give that show you that we're in the last days and that these are very interesting times that we're living in. So, the Pope has a new Torah and Protestants are reuniting with Rome. We'll leave it at that. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.